Hello, and welcome back to Tuesdays with Tuesday. I'm Tuesday, and I'm going to read to you today from my book, Taste, which is book 1 in the Tearaway series. I write fantasy fiction under the name Mary E. Twomey, and I have 2 other pen names. I have Molly Maple, who writes cozy mysteries, and Tuesday Embers, who writes contemporary romance. But today is all about Mary E. Twomey. Look at that beautiful, beautiful hardback. We're in chapter 37, so get cozy because I'm about to read to you. Chapter 37, Dream Guy in Paris. Ollie and Gabby spent the night in his room. I donated my bed to Danny and Mary Yang, who looked like they needed about a week of sleep. Since Allie's old room had been converted into an office, that left me and Mason with the living room, which was where I wanted to be anyway. My friends were nice, but they were pigs. I wouldn't have been able to sleep knowing the state they'd left my house in. I scrubbed, dusted, washed, and organized until 4 a.m, when I finally gave in to my exhaustion. The carpet needed a good vacuuming, and probably a deep cleaning, but that would have to wait until morning so I didn't wake the house. Mason woke up from the sofa he'd been snoozing on, shooting me a look of scolding with his wolfy eyes. I'd pretended to fall asleep on the couch a while ago, waiting for him to doze off before I went back to my housework. "Don't look at me like that. If I don't clean the house, no one will." He responded by nudging me toward the couch, corralling me like a sheepdog. All right, I was finished anyway. I debated sleeping on the couch, but opted for the soft carpet of the living room instead. I draped a blanket on the floor and laid down. As much as I didn't want to sleep on the floor of my own house, it tugged at my heart that Mason was worlds away from his home and probably could use the comfort of someplace soft to rest his head. The Omen-Reaper bond was setting itself in deep, so much that I could feel small, forlorn swings of Mason missing his home. Mason placed his paw on the couch in confusion. "There's not enough room on the sofa for both of us. You can have the couch tonight. It's softer than the floor," I explained, pulling a throw pillow down to rest my head on. I expected Mason to hop up on the couch, but he surprised me by worming his head under my arm. He gave my face a few licks and rolled onto his back, telling me that he'd rather sleep with me on the floor than alone in a more comfortable place. My arm stretched across to rub his tummy, and just as it had been with Vaughn when we laid in bed together, something in me clicked. It felt right, now that Mason was near. We both sighed contentedly at the contact. I tried not to examine the oddity too thoroughly as I pressed my face into his luxurious fur just to get a little closer. So cozy. This is nice. He responded by licking my cheek and grinding his head to mine to ensure there wasn't a millimeter of space between us. I couldn't help but love my new dog. My eyelids didn't need any coercion to close. I was content to sleep on the floor with all the feet germs if I had my teddy bear with me. I nuzzled my face into Mason's neck and breathed more peacefully than I had in hours. My dream was mundane, but since life had been so surreal, I welcomed watching 2 squirrels share an acorn at the base of the Eiffel Tower. I'd always wanted to go to Paris, but there were more important things to do than traveling. "I've got my whole life to see the world," I told the squirrels, who chittered at me like they knew better. "Your whole life, eh?" a man in my dreams asked from behind me. I looked up, squinting through the sun's rays that lit the 30-something man from behind like an angel. He had white blonde hair and a mouthful of gleaming, straight teeth. "Oh, hi." I didn't know what to say to the pretty guy who was clearly a figment of my imagination. I usually conjured up the tall, dark hair and handsome type in my dreams. Ian Somerhalder couldn't get enough of me in my dream life. This was a new one for sure. I usually didn't need to banter with dream guys either. They thought I was pretty and I let them think it, not needing many words to get down and dirty. Don't judge me, it's a friggin' dream. No doubt brought on by my usual daily routine of solitude and celibacy. I was surprised when blonde guy sat down next to me in the short grass that had been freshly mowed. "Do you come here a lot?" he asked. I laughed at the "come here often" pickup line that I didn't think I would put in my dream of my own volition. "Not usually. I wanted somewhere very far away tonight. Far from where? From my house. He brushed his shoulder to mine and I let him. Where's your house? Not here. I don't have to think about there right now. I've got squirrels and a tower. What more could a girl want? I was just wondering that exact thing. What do you want? More of this. It gets me through until I find something real. I leaned into his side, my hand playing with the buttons on his white dress shirt. Yes, I was being forward, but this was a dream guy. He was my distraction, so I let myself be distracted from the drama of the past few days. He had a dimple in his square chin that grew more pronounced with my simple seduction. I can be real. He looked like he was debating something, but smiled when his thumb made the decision and landed on my cheek. He seemed surprised when I leaned into his touch, like he'd been starved for simple contact. My dream guys weren't usually so unsure of themselves. He relaxed when I dragged my lips against his thumb. His wide smile curled the corners of his lips like a Cheshire cat as he breathed. This is going to be easier than I thought. That is the end of chapter 37. If you'd like to read ahead, you can get the ebook for free as of the recording of this video on most major retailers. Or you can come back next Tuesday and I'll read you the next chapter. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week on Tuesdays with Tuesday.